Okay, here we are. It's Brother Peter with tidbits from the Word. We're in the book of Jude. We hadn't gone but down to 7 verses. Jude was warning the people in the church of being careful and watch out because the sun crept in unaware. And now we're going to get down to verse 8. He said, likewise also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of dignities. Yet Michael the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, dares not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, the Lord rebuke thee. Now, when Jude said that you had some people crept in unaware, and then he goes on to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah, and he talks about the fornicators. That's the people that have come in to steal your women, or women come to get a man. Now, by the way, today, there are women that have come in the church just to get a man. Men, be careful. Men, watch yourself. Men, take care of yourself. Men, put blinders over your eyes. Men, don't let a strange woman or another woman come up and put her hand on you, and you can tell it's in a manner that's not a good manner. There are some women in the church that I hug. There are some women in the church that I know are pure in heart, and even then I'm very careful. There are children in the church who love you dearly, spiritually speaking. Be careful how you put your hands on anybody or they put their hands on you, because physical touch is a means of awakening the flesh, and you don't want to awaken the flesh. You're trying to kill the flesh. You're trying to deny the flesh. You're trying to walk circumspectly to God and deny the flesh. Well, how do you deny the flesh? You be careful, and you don't allow the flesh to be fleshly. Otherwise, it'll be fleshly. If you want to be a hindrance, a very big hindrance in the church, you allow your mind to wander. You allow your eyes to wander. We've got a wicked generation out here, my friends. We've got a generation of men out here that size women out from top to bottom, even in the church. I mean, they don't understand that a woman's a lady, and that a lady that doesn't belong to you doesn't belong to you, and you got no business running over her like a road map with your eyes. It's none of your business. You need to leave her alone. She belongs to her husband, and that's who she belongs to, and you need to keep your eyes off of her. And by the way, if you claim Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior, and God to be in your heart, and you're living after the Lord, you can't do those kind of things and get away with them. God will smite your heart. But we got men today don't even know how to treat a lady. Matter of fact, they don't even know what a lady is. They know what a woman is. They know what a female species is. But they don't know what a lady is. A lady is a lady. She's somebody that acts like a lady, looks like a lady, and is a lady. You know what that is? That's the most precious thing that God ever gave man. God gave Adam this earth, gave him the trees, the birds, the bees, the animals, gave him everything. But when he gave him Eve, he gave him something that was worth having. And he gave him the most precious thing that a man can have in his life, and that's a good lady. A good lady. Now, every man needs a good lady. God designed man to have a good lady. God designed everything that takes place in a marriage and in the marriage bed to be wholesome, clean, and good in the marriage. Now, outside of the marriage, everything's filthy, rotten, filthy rags, and heathenism. All right, let's get off that subject. Humility. Michael had humility, the angel, and he didn't bring a railing accusation against the devil when he contended for Moses' body. You want to find out what happened to Moses? Well, right here is telling you that Michael was an archangel and he was up there in heaven. And Moses died, was sent off to die out of sight of all the people so they wouldn't take and make a shrine out of him like they did Mussolini over there in Italy or whatever. And so Michael was going to get Moses' body. Well, you know what? The devil come and fought for it. The devil wanted it. You know what the devil wanted to do? He wanted to drag it down there in a group of people and put it in a shrine so people would worship it rather than God. Well, God wasn't going to have that, so he sent Michael to take care of it. Now, the characteristics of an apostate person. It said, but these speak evil of those things which they know not. But what they know naturally, as brute beasts, in those things they corrupt themselves. Woe unto them, for they have gone the way of Cain, and ran greedily after the error of Balaam for reward, and perish in the gainsaying of Kor. These are spots in your feast of charity. When they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear, they are clouds without water, carried about of the wind. They are trees whose fruit wither, wherefore fruit twice dead, plucked up by the root, raging wolves, waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame, wandering stars, to whom is reserved the blackness and the darkness forever and forever. Wow. I'll tell you one thing. You ain't never read 10, 11, 12, and 13. You have never read any verses any more than that, any harder than those verses right there. Now that's telling us that we have a group of people in the church, and there has been ever since we've had a church, who are not going to be saved, who are not saved now. They're not going to be saved. They're raging wolves. They've sold their soul to the devil, and they're trying to look like whited sepulchres. And that's what Jesus said. He said, you whited sepulchres, you're white on the outside, you clean up and you look good, but inside your septic tanks, you're full of those bugs. Listen, you are spots, verse 12. You are spots, and they're in your feast of charity. Look, I'll tell you what, you know what's funny? Here we are in a church, and we got, let's say 500 people are going to be, they're members, and they're there, and they're going to be we're going to have a supper down in the gym. You know what's funny? You have to set 650 chairs out. Why have you got to set 650 chairs out? Because those spots are going to show up. They're going to come to eat. They're going to come. And they're like clouds over the whole thing. You go around, and I don't sit down when we have a get-together. I walk around with my plate, and I meet everybody, and I say to somebody, have I seen you before? You remember here at Faith? And they said, oh, no, I'm a friend of so-and-so, and they said they were eating tonight, so we came over. Well, that's what you get. You get a lot of that. And they sit down and eat with you, but they are twice dead, the Bible said, and they are plucked up by the roots. They're already dead, and they're already plucked up by the roots. They're just hanging dead folks, and they're hanging around to ruin everything that they get near and touch, and everything that they are around. And he said they're wandering stars. They are stars, but they're wandering stars, and they're no good to anybody. And to whom is reserved the blackness and darkness forever. There's going to be a blackness and a darkness in hell forever that people don't see. It's like I was talking about. See you later.